Luculla forest.
Hail, Source Hunter! Good to see you've reached Luculla Forest. There were times when I came to this neck of the woods
Sweet
just to
Mother
whiff its
God.
wholesome air. Alas, that it is thick with sorcery these days.
The cat just casually brought me immunity to being stunned. I'm not gonna be piss poor after this, but it's worth it. Anything is worth that.
It's surround. Even if that means it. Ha! Leanne?
Save. Don't want to accidentally lose the item. Where is it? And it's a legendary item. Fire resistance, earth resistance, immunity to being stunned. Yep. That's pretty good. Immunity to being petrified. A little bit of earth resistance. We have way too much fire resistance though. Don't necessarily have to throw anything fire resistant away, but we should put more resistances to the belt if we can, or surround. The surround is really good. It has poison resistance. There's no real reason why this should be buffed further. We don't have to do it now because I just ended a session with management stuff. I don't want to start again with that. Unless there's an exceptional reason to do it, that it becomes an urgent issue. It is not that now. What I need to do is visit the city. I'm looking for abilities. Man-at-Arms specifically. I'm keeping my eye out on rain. What are those? Rogue Earth Elementals. Let's see. Need a air weakness. Can't use poison and earth against them. There's these mines. These are turrets basically. Fire weakness. Fire would probably work best here too. These have fire resistance, but not a lot. The earth elementals might be able to bypass surfaces though. I don't know what special attacks they have, so I want someone there to take it. Accuracy boost. Knockdown. Haste. Rage. Rage is something that I want. It makes you more vulnerable to physical damage, but it's a massive temporary damage boost. I'm not sure how it stacks or if it even stacks, but even if it doesn't stack, it would have a great use for me. So that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the slightest. Well, sort of did. I'm hoping that they shoot at the closest target. Plants are getting pummeled pretty thoroughly here. They might start getting casualties. They do quite a bit of damage. And that's with me resisting the poison damage. What the fuck is that? A shambling oak, never mind. Suddenly a shambling oak. I need something to die. The flowers look like they're in a fairly bad spot, so they might even die even if I don't do anything. Touch of the Pyromancer indeed. Fire is the thing to go with. Hey, what to do with you though? Just go away, that would be nice. No? Okay, I can't really do all that much. I'm not exactly in a bad position though. Stun fail. They have a good chance of resisting the stun.
Spirits are there! Vanquish my foes!
And Shambling Oak decides to do nothing. Excellent. The flowers will start dying. They're at the border of dying now. So the Shambling Oak will more or less be alone. Holy shit, a lot of damage. Yeah, that's what the burning does. Plants are dead. We need to ignite the Shambling Oak. Better heal. I'm not exactly in a bad spot, but no point taking risks. Rage and haste. So he would be vulnerable to physical now. Probably fairly vulnerable to fire too. Can I just throw you away? That would be great. Yep, just go somewhere else. There you go. Knockdown and disease with every strike. Oh, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I have no idea what that was. They're both burning already. Strike a novelty idea, normal physical attack. The Shambling Mod without a doubt is the bigger threat to me. So crushing damage, fire damage. Some water would work, but we don't want to. Air resistance? No air resistance. So fire and air would be our preferred attack methods. Do I have adrenaline? Yes. Not a bad fight. And we got through it with just normal abilities. Without any real problems. I don't think our physical protections are all that high these days. I'm not. It would require a lot of work to keep them not fully up to date. So 44% is still respectable, but it will only last for this level at the most. And next it will be at the bottom edge of what we can accept as a acceptable damage reduction level. These we can turn to craftable items. Animal hides, we can get leather straps. From eyeballs, we can make the perception potion.
Beard, what a find!
And we're only 33,000 from a level up, so not that far away.
In the name of the goddess, halt! I wonder how you... Why, it's we have trade sheesh, but I suggest you talk to Father Loik if you want to learn more about the ways of the goddess.
The Immaculates here seem to
Yeah,
be
I
a
sort of think we
friendly
might
bunch.
want to go pickpocketing around in this little village. I don't want to switch equipment right now. I think there's another similar fight to what we just had. We had here. Yeah, oozes and this is 100% a trap. I think I'll go with spider this time. It will not care about the poison. There's a lot of turrets and blood wasps that stun. Well, it's a shame that I'm immune to stunning. Truly a shame. They have a decaying touch attack, so healing is not an option here. I think there's 5 of these poison turrets now. We cannot... well, we can stay here, but we really shouldn't. We really shouldn't. This is a bad place for us. Flowers will be trivial to kill. It's all about the, well, wasps. Looks like butterflies of some type. They don't do all that much physical damage, so they seem to rely on status effects to do their thing. Bleed, stun, chill. Weakness to fire. You don't really have any strong points really.
Eternal silence awaits you.
It's dead already? Okay. Sorry Mr. Spider, this is gonna hurt, but I don't particularly care. None of them are within attack range for me. Yeah, they have no hope. This is even easier than the previous one.
Face the unending darkness.
What? Not sure what would be the best way to kill things here. I think I'll wait. I want to use the decapitator. It will be immune to poisons. Some little bit of help to kill these things. At least enough. Fast enough of a manner. I also am not sure if I want to spend any more firestorm grenades on them. I want to ignite them. We get a little bit of a trap. If these fuck words. If I get them to burn, the attacks will cause them to go explode. That's a massive amount of damage. I can increase the amount of damage I can cause them. You'll vastly outpace the healing effects of the poison. Damage is significant in this. I'm not sure should I shield myself further from poison damage though. It's not like the units themselves are tough in almost any way. They're just... I could have just as easily done something else where they're not a threat to me at all.
Stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Indeed. I guess we're gonna have to use grenades then. Couple should be enough damage to deal with them. They'll continue to burn after all. There we go. Okay, they don't... I had poison damage, so invisible isn't gonna do shit. I suppose I can use other attacks too. Still burning happily though, so not that much I can do. Does knockdown work? No, but it still ignites them. That's the important part. Restored indeed. That plant is dead. Just doesn't know it yet. Nice little fight. We are getting almost 2,000 experience points from a single kill at this point. So the 30,000 for a level up isn't gonna last long. Yeah. Another 10,000 closer. I still don't think we're gonna reach it this time, but who the hell knows. We need to decide where exactly are we gonna go.
Sweet relief.
Ew. It has to be the White Witch's hut. That's probably the most level appropriate place where we can go. We can do some things in this town, but not that many. We can basically gather up quests and talk with the prostitutes. Maybe burglarize the place a little bit. That's about it. It won't yield a lot of experience, but it might yield a lot of rewards. But if we're gonna do that, we definitely want an equipment change. Crafting is not necessarily the thing, but pickpocketing. Reflect 10% of melee damage as piercing damage plus hit points. Not necessarily a bad thing. But the loss in armor class is always felt. If I go there with the mindset that it's okay to give up a little bit of armor class, get an effect you sort of like, minor effect, you're gonna end up with an armor rating that's 30% something. We want 40 or even 50. So we can't afford that. It just isn't gonna work. But now we want pickpocketing as much as possible. I'm unlikely to do this again, so only once. If we can't pickpocket something, then we can't pickpocket. That's fine. There's nothing specific I have in mind, but I also don't see any major threat or problem if we do so. But I have pickpocketing rings. There's one. Lower Master would still be useful though. Lockpicking probably wouldn't hurt. How many points do we have? Oh, don't need anything anymore. Hello, Mr. Guard. Initiate.
May the goddess guide you through the forest.
Yeah,
and
goddess
keep
guide
you
me.
safe.
Rubbish. Better still save. Some of these just spot you when you try to pickpocket always. Okay, there's definitely the infiltration of the Immaculates, which I do want to do this time. Last time I didn't want to infiltrate them.
You've made it in there. I haven't seen Leah, haven't you? Now, they all act. I've been but we must start the not that the
This time we will complete the
Thou
infiltration.
goddess to become enlightened.
Welcome be, O seeking souls, to this holy house of Immaculates.
Better shield. Not that much better though.
Aye, then it shall be my pleasure. We are the chosen ones of the conduit, yes. The goddess is the few. You find yourself in the goddess's temple. Do you hold it to be true, O seeker, that you are blessed be your premise the first? In honor of the goddess, that which was stellar must become sanguine. Correct?
Starstones needs to be something else, sure, why not?
Premise the second. The blood of the greater should be used in service of the lesser, so that balance may be achieved. Correct?
No! You killed the little shits. Power yourself.
Premise the third. Only those who have partaken in the spilling of blood and thereby created the stone that lives, the stone soaked with blood, may be called an immaculate.
Yeah,
Correct?
that's the ritual you have to do in the test temple.
Most gratifying. Oh yes, most. To become an immaculate, you must immaculate guards.
Yep, I should be
I
getting there
shall
now.
await you in the chamber of blood.
But it's in an area. Okay, you're just gonna walk away. Leave me to pick up the trash from the floor and the cupboards and the. Right. It's in the spider area. Northwest, I think. I don't want to go there. Guess we have to. Not now necessarily, but the White Witch is easier. It's not strictly level restricted, and I could easily sneak into the trial dungeon, but it is this area is much easier. It leads to Hyperheim. So there's an entire separate map section before you're supposed to go really into the northwestern section. That's a couple of levels ups at least, so it's a bit risky to just stick my nose there right now. I'm not saying I couldn't do it. I'm saying it would be silly for me to try to stick my nose there if there are more level appropriate areas that I can. There are some challenges just playing alone that there's no point trying to go looking for trouble.
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend. Be wary. Be vigilant. May the goddess
there's someone
guide you
spotting
through
me
the
here.
forest and keep you safe.
And of course I failed. The patrolling miner probably. Can we do it the other way around? Are you going to turn around?
The world is not immaculate as yet, friend.
Good
Be
healing
wary.
potion,
Be vigilant.
decent scroll, and a pair of boots. Also, why is there an oil barrel here? That's at the very least a little bit suspicious. Don't see any traps or mines, at least obvious ones. Yeah, that's just wrong. Something's going on there. I think it would be great if you would look into somewhere completely different.
Welcome to his holy.
It'd be cool if you would look somewhere completely different too.
Welcome,
Super cool, in fact. You should totally do it.
Beware of the lost one. I hope you haven't come for. Never fear. Beware of the lost ones out there, Wanderer. Their blood is impure.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of healing potions out of this, which are always welcome. A couple of skulls, nothing amazing, but still useful. Poison shield, I think. A couple of shields in general. So what do your typical grunts have as a little bit of a buff? That's what we got. This is the last entrance to the town, to the final guards. There's no one patrolling here, so stealing from this guy should be easy. These guys. Yeah. Shields, potions, nothing amazing. At the same time, that would have been worth a decent chunk of gold if I had bought the same thing.
What news from the mines?
No news, sir. Goblins will slice us to ribbons if we approach the bridge.
Unacceptable. I want those goblins out of my mine by yesterday. Send another man. As many as it takes.
We haven't enough men among us to take on even a few of them, sir.
Are you deaf? I said I want those goblins out! Make it happen, even if you have to spear Drexus yourself. A source hunter! My liege I am at your disposal.
Poison and air resistance
I
ring.
am Lawrence, the
Not
representative
a bad
of the
one, but
mining
we're starting to
guild
have quite a
responsible for
good selection of
operations in
rings.
Silverglen. Please,
Your resistance ones
valiant
are not that
hunter,
attractive.
let us know how. Oh, my only cause. Please, your grace, I am complete. Those
They haven't allowed useless stuff. You see, my head, we know I need some in. Well, fortunately for her, enough to know that you must. And when the job is.
So I got the job. Like there was so that many options there. Brandon is the more important one. I'd like to have the Tenebrim one so I get the resistance.
Source hunter, are you?
I think any kind of
brings you to this neck of the
Tenebrim
woods?
or
The
piece
goblins?
will complete
the orcs?
this quest
the
that
cult?
he's
Don't be
giving me.
surprised. I'm finished. I knew a source hunter'd perk up between you and the devils in the deep. But you're a I wouldn't wish the apart from the nutty old. I can't be certain. I'm no man to refuse a that circus. A stray rot. Lardens.
Come hither, sweetheart. Oh, if I had a star for every
Who's
time you
barrel?
brighten my day, I'd have a galaxy in my hand.
Over here, sweetie.
How's business for you anyway?
Swell enough.
Ramon and
It would be
Ruby.
better if you'd glance in my direction, though.
To hire their services, but I'm poor now. Not sure how much they cost though.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run, the goddess weeps.
Not seeing anything particularly
How
interesting.
can I connect you
Standard
to our
stuff.
eternal goddess, my
Better
friend?
spells than in the early areas. That sort of reminds me.
whiskey, if you
Do we have obvious holes here? One adept, yeah. One adept level ice spell and one other spell.
Where the wind blows, the goddess breathes. Where the rivers run,
Cleansing
the
water.
goddess weeps.
Blind, mute, disease,
How can I
infected,
connect
bleeding,
you to our
crippled,
eternal
decaying
goddess,
touch.
my
No,
friend?
I don't think so. Constitution bonus. This would drastically increase your hit points, and it's not a minor thing. Could use it as a hit point buffer in a tough fight, but it's not exactly all that cheap to cast. It would be better from a scroll when you really need it in a tough situation. Ice wall. That's a good one. Allows us you to manage the situation. Good. We have those as a few scroll, but only as a few. Or water absorption? I don't think so. It's either ice elemental or ice wall. I think ice wall is genuinely a great spell, so we should take it. Probably going to cost 7 action points with my skill stuff, so we can't use all that much.
What can I get you, hun? A straight shot of the eye, please. Coming right up.
Might have some excess gear, but I don't specifically remember which those would be. Okay, this is gonna see us through tough times if things really get tough.
Goddess
So,
greetings, friend. Her
good to have it
greatness
as
gave us
a
fire, her
normal
greatness
spell.
gave us earth, and my savvy brings you spells at the best rate in town. Come, give me your best offer.
Probably he has good stuff, but I'm not really interested in those.
I'm not in the mood for your games.
I could pickpocket them. There's no way I can get most of their stuff by enemies, but I could get a decent chunk of gold, maybe. Have to go invisible to do it. I'm not sure I care enough. But it's free gold. I'm sure they don't suspect me anyway. I'm just interested in the goal. That all? I can't see the rest of the stuff.
Whiskey, if you please.
Sure thing, darling.
Yeah, just picked random stuff. I didn't have time to see what I was doing. It'll have some monetary value though. Immolation, never gonna learn this. Boulder Bash, have it. Bless, don't care. Fortify, don't care. And Midnight Oil, will be have it. What a load of shit. I do have magical poison dart.
Or if I had a star for every time you brighten my day. Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a that world-weary face is giving me shivers. What you say we take a load off together? I do suppose I could find some way to entertain you.
Yeah, how much do you cost?
No, sugar. That's a go right ahead, darling. I don't. Indeed, I do.
250.
And
Not
I'm
sure.
just old.
Really useful.
Not to dare, Amon. I'm not in the mood for your games.
What games, Branny? Silverglen's finest attraction, you know.
Don't have a huge amount of cash, but we could easily craft quite a bit. So not sure. I'm worried about that. Let's go meet with Ruby. Oh, Mr. Bomb is here.
Back off! No, don't go! Please just keep her trap shut up!
Die, vermin!
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! You saved my life! Dear me.
You're gonna die if you go there. Don't die!
I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale.
Ah, that was close.
Not even worth the rummaging.
Okay, Ruby.
There you are, darling. Shall we? Let's do it. But first, I need to know about your preferences, darling. You're in charge tonight, after all.
In need of a gentle hand, are you?
Once upon a time, the patron goddess of feasting took a fancy to the humble spirit of insatiability. Of their union, a nymph, Clydella, was born. The child of parents so expert in flavour and quantity, Clydella's calling was clear. A master cook she became, the finest from Brandon Gulch to Wimpet Willow. Queens and sultans trembled before her crow's egg grumble. Dukes shed salty, toxic tears upon her sugared lion's wing. Clydella's cooking was beloved, yes, but to none so much as Clydella. Feasts she'd make and feasts she'd eat, licking up 3 wedding hams in the time it took to count them. More she craved, and more, till her clients had little more than crumbs to offer their guests. They'd wail and moan, but Clydella never quite heard them over the sound of her soup slurping. They stormed her kitchen, spittle flying, demanding dove roast, parsnip pudding, and pureed warg. But I needed that. Finished upon them, blithely chewing jerky and sweet relief. Clydella's fame declined as the royals made deals with devils to find feasts as tasty as hers. But she never noticed one way or another. A nymph in her kitchen, frying and feasting was all she'd ever needed to be. Well, that's the end, darling. I hope it was everything you dreamt of and more. I know I had myself a bang-up time.
Yeah, what a wonderful experience of wasting my time. Not really surprised, the game uses a lot of jokes. You can have mixed feelings about that. I suppose it really depends on what exactly do you expect. There's nothing particularly dramatic going on at the moment, so it's irrelevant. Are they taking things a little bit jokingly or not? And honestly, while I do appreciate the opportunity to have sex in some of these games, it's sort of irrelevant. I mean, either do it properly or don't do it. At least, like, I think the worst possible one is like you lose some money and there's a black screen and there's nothing. There's nothing involved, no conversations one way or another. It doesn't connect to anything. That's pretty much the worst. At least someone put some goddamn effort into this. Rat tail. Yeah, you can keep that. Empty bottles.
I guess someone else got here first.
No, we want empty bottles. They're firestorm grenades, each and every one of them. Yeah, not much value here. Ah, suddenly a shadow essence. Okay. I guess why not? Ah, yes, the other one. Ramon.
Tell me, sweetie, do you have some... Aren't your feet tired? Because you've been running through my mind all day.
Oh my god. Please don't stop talking to me, just take the money.
True? So it is.
Time.
You can probably rob him pretty badly when he's... well, actually I'm not quite sure what he's doing. I doubt he's gonna tell the same story as the movie does. Either way, it's another 1,000 gold for me. Okay.
There you are. Well, it's... What a question. She delivered us from rock. Destroyer of source. Defiler of all that is holy. Face your judgment in the name of the conduit.
Well, at least this time I'm naked.
Stand still, lost one. I feel complicate things by thrashing about.
Okay, congratulations, you silenced an undead decapitator. I'm sure he's gonna give a shit about that. He's quite beefy. He doesn't seem to have any armor now. You have trouble doing any damage to him. Yeah, he's a boss level hit point type of thing. No resistances though, so I don't know. Is he really any good? Can't use a lot of my abilities because I don't have the weapon. Probably don't have any damage mitigation, right? So this could be bad. Except that probably isn't. Right. So one fun fight while it lasted.
We need to get up to speed!
Failed hastened.
Punch of the Pyromancer!
Well, if he's not warmed up, ooh, we can suck life out of him.
On the men!
So, well, he's in surprisingly good shape. And I'm going to lose my decapitator. Something cheap.
Time to consult the Necronomicon!
Cold hands, cold heart.
Yeah, and he's frozen, so it's game over for him. Not much I can do. Immune to knockdown, okay. Why though?
Seven, have mercy on your soul.
Where's my stuff? There has to be a key somewhere. Ah, I pickpocketed the key from him, so it went into the chest instead of his inventory. So now the key that needs to be used to open and close the chest is inside the chest. Yeah, and I can't get access to any of my equipment. So, thanks game. Thanks a lot. That seems like an obvious thing to me that you might want to consider. Apparently not. Should I just load, or is there a way to get rid of that? I don't see an obvious way, and it's gonna be a nightmare to try to get it open. I certainly don't have any equipment, so it has 54,400 hit points, so yeah, I'll load. Least amount of headache this way. Don't steal the keys from characters, unless you really know what you're doing. Ah, I've already done that. Well, that's a horrible thing then. What were the keys that I picked from him? Absolutely. Can I open it now?
We'll have none of that, you hear?
Okay. I need to get rid of the key that I pickpocketed from him. Drop it to the ground or something. Just want to make sure I actually have it. Right, keys. Keys. Latest, add it. Ruffle room, it's not this. It's the finely adorned key we like. I'll add a couple of extra keys just to be sure. Right. It's bullshit, man.
There you are, Cuddles. Oh, well. Ready for the question she delivered. Destroyer of source. Still lost one. I wouldn't complicate things by thrashing about.
Sun worked well the last time. Fail to apply haste. Now haste he says. Yes. At least something went our way.
Everything I touch burns in sacrifice.
He's dead. Right.
Oh.
Not enough strength. That is lovely. I might have accidentally tried to... It automatically might have tried to equip this stuff. Okay. Seems like this still has something. No, not anymore. Weird. And okay, I was worried that we might have lost our hit keys. That would have been a bigger mistake. Yes, we did lose. There are no grenades here.
I needed that.
At least most of this is still in the message,
A
supposedly.
stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Right. Pretty much everything needs to be reassessed here. Right. At least the basics. We're not really using the armor piercing ones too much. And one of those. Okay, that should do it. There's a lower floor. There's just also a couple of guys I'd like to keep their pockets on. There's a switch here. Last time I was here I just pressed the switch and I don't know what it did. Later on I couldn't find anything that happened anywhere that was worth noticing. So I'm thinking that this time I won't press it. I'll just go and see first what's on the other side, then see what kind of a thing would we need to disable or activate. Or at least what's different after we've taken a little bit of a look first.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Arthur's
I probably need to do a little bit of crafting before I can do too much trading. Although I have stolen quite a lot of money. Maybe not.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
I think these are all archery related.
Well, no wonder with your skill book as empty. Watch where you're going. These beauties will pierce you to the bone.
You are not. Barbed wire, reflect melee damage. Could be useful, but there's the bot. Rage, enters enraged status. Damage plus 50%, critical chance plus 2%, chest hit minus 25%, armor minus 20. notice that the armor isn't actually a percentage, it's just 20. So the higher we get in levels, I think the less it needs. I'm not 100% sure on that though, because in order to stay competitive, you more or less need to get 4 extra armor on an chest armor piece every level. So there's a sort of a static climb on the armor. So I think 20 armor, while it isn't percentage, it more or less means a similar level of drop in damage resistance on against enemies of low level. So while it sounds like it's increasingly meaningless, I'm not so sure it is. Either way, I need to rage. I'm not walking away from 50% damage boost that might even stack with the current abilities. That reminds me, do I actually have man-at-arms abilities that are noteworthy? Cure wounds could be useful when we have wounded a target. Put a... what the hell is it? The one that causes heal effects to do damage. This would be a direct damage ability at that point. Mainly, it's not usually useful. However, we could have things on cooldown, or it could have massive resistances toward everything. That would still go right through it. Encourage allies. Homes. We don't want these attacks of any type. I'm thinking maybe barbed wire. Crippling blow has a status effect, so that's not a minor thing. It sucks up your action points. Barbed wire could potentially be maybe useful at some point in the future. So crippling blow on the other hand could be used here and there. It's gonna hit more or less. Requires a melee weapon. So this would not be exactly great, but here and there could be useful. It also does crushing damage. I should take some of the novice level abilities, but I don't really know what I should take. So I'll take these for now. Well, we could learn the defensive stance. Armor rating plus 20. I mean, if it actually makes a difference, but it lowers your damage, which is something we almost never want to do. Right, what we do want to do is get the... I think we need to get the spider somewhere else. We're just not using it that often. I'll replace it with the enrage. So it's a damage boost. Might have a lower cooldown too, simply because it has a huge negative attached to it. It's a bit expensive to use with man-at-arms too though, but as in 4 action points, so not that expensive really. Okay.
These goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb and twice as me.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge, Aurora.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
Gotta stop. Typical archer doesn't have... even stealing is made difficult with them.
Isn't there? Yes, a lovely, sturdy thing. I bet it'll last 100 generations if
Probably want to
treated
destroy summon ability. No, I would have to take more witchcraft, which I will do, but I want to sort of bucket the book now. Deal immense damage to a summoned creature, pretty much instant death. In the normal mode, they don't use summons all that often, but even then it was useful here and there. But here I've seen summon on a regular basis of some sort. I probably have stolen non-magical gear. He doesn't have money. So maybe Vortex? No, disarm trap tools maybe. I don't even want to pick her pocket. Would be the goddamn point.
Shadows hide your loyal servant.
We can take back the items we sold to the guy.
Oh, you startled me.
I needed
Let
to
me
bring something to you.
Hello, straight. Oh, he's.
Husband's will.
You dare disturb my ruminations?
I dare.
It must be that you can hardly wait to purchase an ingredient or two for a very urgent recipe.
That
I'll
must be
forgive this
exactly it.
imposition if you'll make me a generous offer.
Nothing particularly interesting here. Right, we got a couple of crap items we want to get rid of. I think we're at a point where I'm having trouble identifying my own equipment, which is not a bad thing necessarily. I can easily pay this, so it's not really a problem. Lore Master in equipment is only to spot weaknesses in the enemy. That's it.
You'll hardly impress the conduit with such a...
Ah, thank... Oh. You haven't any ale,
Deadly
have ya?
Spores.
Well, never mind for now.
Tornado is a
What
standard
sort
spell
of magical
already.
relics can I offer
A
ya?
couple of charm
Blessed
scrolls
by
might
the
not be a
goddess
horrible
they
idea.
are, each and all.
We are looking for new amulets. Reflect melee damage as air damage. No. These aren't bad, but they aren't exactly good either. Still okay stuff. I'm surprised they're selling master level attack spells, and this isn't the only one. They still seem to pop up from time to time. Not enough for us to rely on such only buying scrolls, but they do pop up. It could also be level that dependent on your character level. That would also explain it. I have a sneaking helmet, do I? Yeah, I'll pay with money. No problem. Even if I don't have to steal it back, I'll still pay paid.
Oh, my hero.
My Bonnie's my name.
Yes, search me anyway.
In the morning, I was just about to... Nothing much. I used to.
I haven't been immaculate for a long time now.
Wouldn't mind if I heal you.
Half as dumb and twice as me.
At least they don't have that distinct underside of a bridge aroma.
Better that than reeking of fresh blood.
ghostly masquerade.
Of course it will fail. We won't drop those guys then. Does the bartender have a name? Yes.
Business is booming year round now that the mines are closed.
Not much going on here. Okay, I know what's going on. Button in the lower levels is to reveal the entrance to the other section. That's what it's for. Or my perception is terrible, which is also a very strong possibility here.
Did that cause a reaction?
Yes, it probably did. Not much of a reaction. But yeah, now this is visible. I don't recall there being anything interesting there really, but also not really all that much of a reason not to go here. Yeah, it's a storage area. I'm not sure what you're supposed to say about it. Maybe if you're really perceptive you can spot something, but yeah, I ain't spotting shit. It's a okay armor, okay helmet. Still not sure why you would want to go to a button pressing system just to get access to something so trivial. Maybe you're supposed to spy on someone. Although much more likely it works the other way around. Beer and wine. There could be some sort of a secret here, but unless I have much more of a clear clue about that, I'm not gonna waste my time on it. I have plenty of other activities to waste my time on. Right, we're mostly through the city. There's still 2 shopkeepers.
Hi there, cutie pie.
They say a lot of things. We could craft some items, but I'm not sure we really want to. Because of my thievery equipment, I can steal the necessary funds when we here. But where to next? It has to be the witch's cabin. We don't necessarily have to go to the cabin itself yet. It's heavily defended, but we should start to explore the wilderness and start moving in that general direction. Right, the smithy should be lootable at this stage. If we get another smith there, then it becomes their property and we can't loot it anymore, so now's the time to do it.
Ho hum.
There's nothing all that precious here. Couple of okay items. Nadia's cellar key.
Now this is valuable.
Is it though? I suppose it could be. I have no idea what Nalia has in her cellar. I have no recollection about that. Not in the slightest. What's your tip, Mr. Mouse?
I hear Nadia whispering all kinds of accusations about...
Charm grenade. That might be the... Yeah, we have a couple of scrolls and grenades. I think that's enough charm ability of one. Some kind of sword. Shackles of Pain, master level skill book. Mark a target that will receive all the damage you receive. This could be a good one for me if you would... Yeah, a fighter who would use these type of abilities and the damage reflection ability fully. You could see a lot that one surviving. However, we want to do more than survive. We want to thrive and beat the shit out of... Ooh, holy shit. 102, that's 22 points of extra armor rating before any upgrades. Requires strength 12, which we don't have. Level 16 equipment piece, armor specialist 2, which we don't have. As beautiful as it's strong, this thick, heavily decorated armor is meant to intimidate as it protects. This would see us through to maybe the next 5 levels. It doesn't have anything special in it. The thing is, if I make armor at level 16, it'll be better than this. It probably doesn't have. It probably has a lower strength requirement, or at least it doesn't require the armor specialist. Maybe. Point is, I'm not sure if I want to invest in those. I certainly want the armor piece, but it's a lot of skills. It's a lot of strength. So we would have to just pull 4 extra strength point out of our ass, and we would be very vulnerable to someone casting anything at us, because we would immediately lose the armor if the attributes drop even a little bit. So while I think it is a lovely piece of armor, I am very hesitant to try to force this character as quickly as possible to put it on. I don't think that's a good idea. If I have to sacrifice everything to make it work, it's not gonna work. Still, it's a fantastic armor.
Hello and welcome to our shop. I am the son of the proprietor, Nadia. Please let us know how we can help you.
Gotta give up the bows and pay the rest with cash. I do have a lot of this non-magical trash about. Why do I have it? Probably stealing it constantly from somewhere. Right. You are not the one who...
Hello again. You've probably known us a bit, my father.
Not the one I want to talk to about.
Farma Malbenita, a source hunter in Silverglen.
Ooh, another master level attack spell. They're not the best. They're not the better type, but they're still very, very good.
Appeared from skinny vapors.
One-handed curved sword. Some good-looking items. Inflict frozen on contact. I'd rather say protect my own ass than do this. Nothing bad to say about the gear, but it isn't that interesting either. I'll pay them with cash. Question is, do I want to steal something? Because now is pretty much the only time we can do it.
I believe
I'm not switching back to
and I travel from
stealth here again.
We wait, we help him inside. When he's there, I come to Silverglen to discover true. Exact translation is difficult. I will do my best to give. As for Mezal Mofa, nothing that it.
Sebi is gonna be tough, but Navia seems to be more static. Might be able to.
Darkness and light.
Oh fuck, don't move. Stop moving when I'm trying to rob you. Yeah, I didn't take anything.
Do a salutoin, hunter. What
Well,
can I do for
just
you?
happened to found these two items on the floor. How much money would you give me for them? Shield specialist. I don't care. Okay, I think we have. We might steal more money, I suppose. I think we should. Again, because I'm not doing this skin anytime soon. There were the 3 shopkeepers that I sort of passed. Okay, why can't I smelt this? Maybe it's some sort of specialty item. Okay, we need to rob 3 people. We're mostly interested in money, so it looks like there's only uninteresting items there. I don't care, I'll just let it go. Don't have to get a huge amount of cash out of everyone. It would just be convenient, that's all. Yeah, this is... Where's the money? How much did I get? I have 6,600, so maybe not too much, but enough that I think this was worth it. And we got some reinforcements in terms of skills and the like.
Why don't you stay a while, darling? I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
I probably want to keep our current sarongs and everything. What about the shield? The fire resistance, while fine. Basically, if we take another weapon, we could buff strength significantly. I think to the level where we could use the better armor.
I just know I could take you
So it's
on
not a minor
wild
thing.
ride if you let me.
Not a minor thing at all. This has a natural +1 strength, so if I boost it further, it'll have +2 strength, +1 dexterity. So overall, 3 extra strength points, bring it to 12. Which is what we need. But it requires a huge amount of skill too, 3 points. So not enough. It's not gonna happen without a level up. And I'm not sure I want it to happen either.
Cutie pie. Wanna have a good
This is
time?
fine, but it's still a standard issue armor. There's nothing special about it, so I'd have to dump it at some point anyway. Okay, what do we want? Better rings. Need to petrify. Sounds very attractive at this point.
Darling. I just know I could
Immunity
take
to
you on
stun.
a wild ride if you let me.
Immunity to sleeping, immunity to fire resistance. The belt is probably what we should be having, so it's only the gloves we're looking for. It's probably this. Piercing damage, reflection, and extra hit points.
Hi there, cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
No, it's definitely dexterity.
These
Okay.
goblins are worse than the trolls. Half as dumb. and
44%, so we are looking for our armor plate upgrade, but it doesn't have to be
Better
immediate.
that than reeking of fresh blood.
Also, I do want to do some
Hi there,
crafting.
cutie pie. Wanna have a good time?
It's easier to keep things checked this way. I need a green
Over
belt.
here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
Right. I'm inclined to maybe upgrade some of our current equipment. Especially the sarong. This is a solid sarong. It probably had fire and water resistance initially, and I added to those. However, we could add earth and air there too. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. And we have the extra resources to do it anyway. With the rest of the equipment, it's a different matter. Those I'm not sure if I'll want to even hold on to. Boots might be a different matter. There's nothing special about boots. I think I used them because of their high armor rating at some point, but they're not at that point anyway. Not anymore. There's a smithy here, and I know how to make metal boots. I think I can do better. It's an easy upgrade we can make. I should have quite a few metal pieces. So this should not be all that typical. Yep, 40 armor rating. That's what we wanted. Not the magical version, but the standard issue. Because this is pretty much standard issue too. We can replicate this effect entirely, but we'll gain 13 extra armor rating, which will see us through the foreseeable future. Also, we don't need to add the fire resistance to maintain 100% resistant to fire. So, here. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's why they haven't been added to it. But there's no negative really from giving up the boots. Fire resistance will still remain at extremely high. There might be something you can add to these, I have no idea what. Maybe stealth boost, things like that. That's something I don't really care about. As long as we have invisibility, I don't really see the point. So this is more or less fire resistance reduction, which isn't gonna show, and armor increase. More or less will maintain 48% physical damage reduction, even with the armored equipment switch a little bit. Might go to 49, probably not higher than that. Did we get anything else we want to use? Probably get rid of the soaps. Can produce some paper too. This is mostly just preparation for when we need money in the future. Don't need to craft this now, I certainly don't want to go around selling this. We should have a decent amount of eyeballs. $11 eyeballs. Not sure I want to craft all that much from the what things we have. We can't add too many of these enchantments though. I'm thinking maybe stick to just having 2 essences each extra. I mean, we can still buy more fairly regularly, so but we rarely get a full equipment set upgrade that would warrant a huge amount of the use of those. So maybe use up a little. Two will have to suffice. We do need more witchcraft spells too. We need the... God damn it, what do we need? We need unlock spells. At least 3. And I'm not sure at what point that the need arises, so the sooner it's better, I guess. Fingers crossed. Fire. Could be useful here and there. And sort of wasted. Pretty sure we had at least earth. Three earth. Summon wolf. Less, I guess. And some earth elemental. Nothing particularly useful. Armor Decapitator number 2. Undead Warrior number 4. Second Oath of Desecration. Not bad. Not super soul sap. This is best thing ever. And Resurrection. So nothing super game changing, I'd say, but still very much useful. We should get a little bit of an armor class upgrade. The fact that we do, that's depressing, because these are bracers of an archer. They're not even a knight equipment.